All right. Good afternoon, everybody. So today is Memorial Day, May 30th, 2022. And welcome to my channel. Um, we are on verdict watch for the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, of course. And so there have been quite a few interesting live streams that have been happening today. One of which was DUI, Kentucky KY DUI guy. um, who is an attorney himself. He's a criminal attorney, but he was actually in the courtroom quite a bit. He's got a lot of information up on his channel, and earlier today he went through the charging documents, jury instructions for the jury. And so if you don't have anything else to do tonight, you should go over to his channel and listen to it, because it was quite eye-opening. He does seem to be quite confident where this whole thing goes. He just doesn't think that, not on any level, did Amber Heard's team come close to meeting the burden of proof for her charges for $100 million. And in terms of Johnny Depp and his claims of defamation, he actually, DUI guy is very confident that that he'll be vindicated, and that he has proven his case that he actually was not the abuser in this relationship. So that brings us to what it is that I want to do today. So let me get my screen set up. And what we're going to do is we're going to listen to Amber Heard, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard conversations in their own words. We heard a little bit of it in the courtroom, but there's so much more out there. There's so much more. So that's where I want to start. So I'm going to start deep into this. There's approximately 5 hours of recordings. And so this is, one of the earlier recordings that was released. So let's take a listen and see what we think. Make sure I got my sound turned up all the way. Okay.
Of course I want that with you. It's why I married you. But I need the safety. I need the security. I need the boundaries. And I think you... Could you not agree?
I need the same things.
So
when you start flipping out, and I can't get a word in, and it's manic and angry. What the fuck, Amber?
I get angry. I'm human. This is the kind of situation where one gets angry.
Okay, but you can't.
Okay, so one of the previous videos that I did where I had the audio, we used the audio recordings, I pulled out those recordings that showed where he was trying desperately to set some boundaries. He was trying to say to her, I am just not doing this with you. I'm not going to sit around and get beat on. If you're not capable of handling a conversation or a disagreement without hitting, then I'm out of here. I'm just not going to do it. I feel like that they could have been a little bit stronger in the court case in his point of view for what happened in Australia. They did say that he hid in 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, where he technically locked himself in. But that part kind of got all washed aside. I think that Amber Heard was using MDMA in Australia. I think Amber Heard is the one that painted those large canvases solid black. And then I think something triggered this disagreement. And when he was locked into the 2 bathrooms, I think that's when he wrote on the mirror. And then she came back later and added the red lipstick. And they say, call Carly. She said it so much better, babe. Well, who do we hear in these recordings constantly using the word babe or baby? It's Amber Heard's word. So so I just wish they'd been a bit stronger, maybe in the courtroom with what actually took place in Australia. She painted this very bizarre, kind of psychedelic, drug crazed Manson murder, all crazy stuff. I mean, she even makes the case that when she wakes up and all this is going on, that she can hear Marilyn Manson's, music playing. I mean, it was like she, in her mind, it was like she had the whole Helter Skelter movie in her mind, and so that's what she was trying to convey to the jury, was that it was this drug fueled alternate reality where he was vicious and cutting up raw meat and tearing her nightgown into pieces to wrap the meat up in. I mean, it was the story she told was just so far outside of reality. Think about this. How many of these situations have come out that people that clean up the houses or the hotel rooms or the hotel manager or whatever, they always come out later on and tell, how wild it was, what they saw. You don't get any of that. You don't get anybody coming out standing in defense of Amber Heard. Nobody would do it, not even from her childhood, from elementary, junior high, high school. There's something dramatically lopsided about the whole thing. And so we hear her, she's trying to be all sweet and all nice and saying, we got to work it out. And he's going, yeah, but when you're manic and you come out of the gate looking for a fight, that isn't going to get you what you want. I'm not going to be a part of this.
Provoke anger in me then. If I just
can't
try,
control that. If I'm angry,
just try. Let's both try.
Now, how many times have we heard people say that the victims of domestic violence very often begin to take the responsibility away from the perpetrator? They begin to make the apologies. They begin to tell the perpetrator or the other people who were exposed to violence, I'm sorry, I'll do better. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry you had to see that. I should have done differently. Now we hear Depp doing it. Depp is taken over. And still, this girl continues to assert, hey, babe, I'm going to get mad because it's natural. And when I get mad, that's just what's going to happen. And I'm sorry, babe, but you're just going to have to live with it, babe.
If there's anger, if there's something fucking really, really fucking poking us in the ass, let's try. Try not to fucking fight. Try to.
She doesn't like that, does she?
Without jumping down each other's throats.
She wants to fight.
A mountain of fucking resentment, some species of fucking hatred within the love, and totally fucking mistrust, because you say you don't trust me, I get it, okay, I'm flake, I'm this, I'm that.
I didn't say as a person. I was speaking specifically about this. I don't trust the marriage. I don't trust you. I don't feel safe with it because you always fucking bail on it.
Well, then
that's sick.
I don't know.
I want the trust back. You can deflect all you want. Say it's my fault. Say how dare I get angry at you ever, whatever. I'm telling.
I don't think he's saying how dare you get angry with me. I don't think I heard that a single time in this whole 5-hour recording. I don't think he said, how dare you get angry with me. I think he said, don't hit me. I think that's what he said. I think he said, hey, we've tried before, but if you get into an argument, you hit. There's no separating the two where Amber is concerned. And because of that, me, Johnny Depp, I'm not sticking around for an argument with you, Amber Heard. if you get crazy, if I see the signs of you losing control, I am leaving or you are leaving, but we are not going to stay in the same house, period. That's what I hear him saying. But she is going to stand by her need, her right, even to be able to have a fight if she wants to be able to embrace her anger and wield it upon anyone who happens to be around. Now I get it, people get mad, they get betrayed and they get overwhelmed and they get, angry about the way life treats them and they can lash out. But when this has been going on for multiple years and the person that you're wanting to beat on is saying to you, I'm done, you're not hitting on me anymore, then why keep ignoring the reality? Cut your losses and get out before someone gets badly injured or loses a finger.
I'm
telling you, as much as you don't like that shit in your marriage, I don't like the guff that you put on me in our marriage. And if it causes distrust in me, it causes distrust in me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what
and
the
sometimes
thing
I
is.
don't want to fucking be there and go through the shit. I don't, man. I don't.
I know.
I don't want to, because I don't want to fucking fight.
But it doesn't have to be one. It's not like I'm saying, hey, choose fight.
You just said I get mad, I'm going to scream.
No, I didn't say that's always the case. I said, yeah, I'm mad. It happens. It happens.
Yes, I know. It happens often.
Listen to his words. I would have totally played that in court during closing arguments. I totally would have put where he said, it happens. She says, I know it happens. And then it happens often. I would have played that. I think that's so clear. He is in all of these recordings. You can hear him trying really hard to get her to recognize there have to be limits. We can't just fully embrace all this anger and all this aggression. Someone is going to get badly hurt. We cannot keep it up. And her response every time is to normalize her anger, to normalize her propensity to violence. Like, hey, I got angry. It's what people do when they get angry. No, Amber, it is not what people do when they get angry. There are plenty of people that are able to get angry and not cut off somebody's finger. But no matter what he says, in what manner, whether he says it to her with abject anger or he says it to her in a very calm and gentle and loving way, she can't hear him. Listen to her responses. Her responses are always, but this is what people do. People fight. People get angry. People get hit. That is what love is about.
Are wrong, are repeating themselves, and they happen often. If you think I'm some fucking tyrant or bully, then don't fucking be with me. But don't sit here and insult me like I'm the fuck up because I have the audacity to get
saying
mad.
That I'm the tyrant and the bully and at the same time the guy that runs away. And
you are.
So which is it? Is he a tyrant? Is he beating her? Or is he the coward who runs away? Because she calls him both of those things, whatever happens to fit her narrative in the moment. And I think what the audio reflects is that he is refusing the fight and she's really unhappy about that.
You run away every single fight.
Okay, so I mean, then what are you?
I'm not lying about it.
Then what are you doing with me?
I already answered that. We went through this conversation literally 5 minutes ago. I answered this already 5 minutes ago.
You just said to me that I shouldn't be with you.
No, I said No, I said if I'm some, harping bully, which is what you make me sound like. Like I'm like constantly on you, making you feel bad. That's because that's what I do. And then you ignore everything. You take me for granted. You're ignoring everything that I do for you. You make me sound terrible. You talk about me in a terrible way. You do not fight for me. And then you want to sit here and make me sound so terrible to be around. You don't. Everything I've already explained.
No.
10 minutes before.
No, fight for you. I don't understand.
You never, ever do the work. Put in the work. If we're arguing about something, you don't ever try to get to the bottom of it.
So that's crazy making, right? Though that circular talk is designed to be able to complain and attack without actually having a reason. She's already figured out now that as an old man, if he hears there's a problem, he's going to try to figure out what's the problem and can we get to a solution, rather than somebody her age who's simply just going to embrace that emotional moment and lash out, right? So she knows if she tries to focus on something, he's going to work toward a solution. And when he does that, it's going to reveal that she is the one that is unreasonable. She already knows that. She's called herself a harp. So now she's speaking in circles. It's very vague. It's very general. The target keeps moving, and he's just completely lost. He has no idea what she's talking about. And the reason is because it's crafted to be that way. It's intentional. It's fighting for the sake of fighting, not feeling a sense of indignation about some wrong that needs to be changed and made right. She's just enjoying the battle.
You're out, make the peace. You want to make it easy on you, so you split. You don't fight for me. You don't fight when there's a problem. You don't come to me. You don't make peace with me. You never extend an olive branch. You're never the bigger guy. You're never the one that's like, okay, I'm going to put my own feelings aside for a second and say, this is bigger than us. Let's stop fighting. You never are the one to come and knock on my door. You take me for granted.
It's not true. It's not true. I'm not the one who fucking throws fucking pots and
those are different. That's different.
Else at me.
That's different. That's one does not.
Why is that different?
That's irrelevant.
Why is that irrelevant?
Just because I've thrown pots and pans does not mean that you come and knock on the door. Just because there are vases does not mean that you come and knock on the door.
Really, I should just let you throw.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that. You're putting words in my mouth and then making non sequiturs.
Circular talk.
No, you're trying to justify how you don't or do come to the door based on whether I throw pots and pans. It's irrelevant.
I'm justifying how you seem to think that there's this cowardice in me that runs away and I don't fight for you.
And you're justifying that by saying I throw pots and pans? Okay, cool. Let's talk about everything you do wrong.
I'm not the one who fucking did that. I didn't.
So that makes sense. That's clear. Yeah.
The only time I ever threw anything at you was when you fucking threw the cans at me in Australia.
Why are you trying to justify who throws things based on whether or not you come knocking on the door? I don't get why one informs the other. Because that is a fucking irrational and violent fucking maneuver. So a man would want to get out of that area so that he doesn't get so fucking angry that he actually does pop the fucking wife.
There you go.
How does one inform the other?
So that's really rational what he's laid out, and we're listening to her, and we're thinking, oh, what a really unpleasant task to try to be in this conversation with her, because what she's saying is just nuts. Like you don't really know what she's actually saying. He's saying, I am not going to get into an argument with you. I am not going to fight with you because you hit. And I'm not going to be a part of that. Right? He says it. Her response is to say, but I'm really upset with you because you don't fight for me. You won't stay and fight. And we need to fight. How are we ever going to fix it if we don't fight? And he's going, I'm not going to fight. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm not going to fight. And she is, it is, I think it is very clear she loves to fight. She loves the battle. She beat her sister up. There was video that showed that. It I think well, I wouldn't want to date her because I would be afraid she might be dangerous.
Oh man, go home and listen to the tape, please. That's what they're for.
Yes. You listen to the fucking tape.
Oh, I'm gonna.
So will I. I'm not going to sit here and promise you I'll never get mad at you or you'll never fuck up. I know you want to live in a world where everyone just says yes to you and doesn't question you or criticize you ever.
Don't insult me like that, please.
But that's not the case.
Can y'all hear how reasonable the response? It's crazy.
I am honest with you. I'm sorry. You don't want to be held accountable. I get it. No one really does. Well, that's your
watching you lie is kind of sad.
That's your problem, and that's your whole thing that you've created.
That's my problem, but my problem is that you don't trust me.
No, I don't trust you in this.
What's going on in there, man?
I don't trust you in this, and I want the trust back.
You don't trust me in a marriage? Well, what is everything we're talking about? I'm not.
Tell me if you want to stop talking.
You saying you don't trust me personally, or you don't trust me in the marriage? What I don't understand, what's so different. Tell me the difference, please.
I think I have in the last few hours now.
No, I think you could probably explain it to me a little better. I'm slow.
You want to keep being an asshole?
Do I want to keep being an asshole?
Stop the attitude. Stop the attitude.
So which one do you think has the attitude?
Sure, no problem.
Stop.
No problem.
So I'm not going to sit here and go over every fight we've had. I'm not going to refight this fight. You have something you're holding on to about Travis. Fucking go fuck. You know, go do it. Go run away together. I don't know what you're fucking holding on to, but you have created that. I have no part of that. I don't know what you're fucking latched onto in your brain, what stray hairs have fucking commingled and tangled in your brain to make you think you've really figured some sort of thing out. But
she's so rude.
Unusual for you. It's like almost every fight I can pretty much guarantee you find something that you can like manipulate.
Let's ask Travis tonight.
Yes, why don't we invite Travis into our fucked up, broken ass, 3 fucking wheeled truck of a marriage? Why don't we crash it straight into the wall? Because no one knows us better than fucking Travis.
You're just afraid that the truth will come out.
What truth?
That you lied.
What are you fucking talking about? I didn't fucking even have a fucking thing to lie about. What are you fucking talking about? Every fucking fight, there's a new thing that you've convinced yourself is a lie.
I said to you, Amber, tell Travis what you just did. Did you just fucking, did you punch me in the fucking jaw? Did you fucking kick? Did you? Did you? And you wouldn't say a fucking reason. I don't know what you're talking about. It never fucking,
I see the
never
lie.
fucking happened.
I see the lie. You really should run with this. In fact, maybe you and Travis can like go and like, you know, do a tell-all about what an investigative
study. Stop with the attitude, right? Sorry. Stop with the attitude.
Sorry.
You're getting all bunched up.
Sorry. I don't, it's so fucking pointless and you know it to sit here and fight about fucking whatever you think happened with Travis, that wasn't
No.
a conversation.
Listen,
We
I
were
was
fighting.
not high.
I'm not going
You
to.
lied your ass off.
You were fucking full of shit. What
Lied your
lie?
ass off.
When? What conversation did I have with Travis?
Listen to the
big
gaslighting.
investigative
He is
study
so
we've done. I'm
certain
not
of
sitting
what
here
he
fighting
knows.
I
with
was
you
in a
about
situation with
the
you.
fight that
After
we had
you
last
fucking
night.
got physically violent with me, I texted Travis. I said, "Come up here,"
I
because
know.
I didn't want
Come and
anything to
save me.
happen.
I mean, yeah. Mhm.
Come to what? Save me?
No, go ahead. Continue. You. Travis to the rescue.
No, that was the last one. You can go.
You see how demeaning she is about him being beat up?
That was the last one, so.
Oh yeah. You called me a liar, and yet
I watched you lie.
you called me a
I
liar.
watched you lie. I
You're
heard it.
full of
Right
shit.
there.
There's no what. You still haven't told me what lie it is. But yet every single fucking time, you know you do this every single fucking time. I'm not fucking talking to nobody.
No.
Fuck that. You go fucking jerk him off. I don't care. I really could care less.
Nice
It's
girl.
you every
Huh?
single time you latch onto some sort of thing. When I already told you, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. You still haven't even told me what it is.
He
But
sounds like he knows what
You
he's talking
run-
about.
No, you haven't.
I said to Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in
You're
the
right.
fucking thing. And
You figured it out.
face. And you said, no, fucking, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I
didn't
watched
punch
you
you.
lie. And then
I didn't punch you,
and
by
then-
the way. I'm sorry that I didn't
No,
hit you across
Now
the
the
face with a proper
gaslighting
slap, but I
comes.
was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Babe.
Don't tell me what it feels like
Babe.
to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a close
You
fist.
didn't get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are you?
What am I supposed to do?
Okay, question. Okay, what if that was a man saying to his wife or girlfriend, "You're not punched. I hit you. I'm sorry if my hand wasn't open in a proper slap, but you're not punched. You're not punched, babe. Quit being such a baby." Now, how many of you guys would accept listening to a man tell a woman that she didn't know when she was getting hit, when she was not getting hit? How many of you? I mean, the double standard is real.
Do this? I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you started.
You are such a baby. Grow the fuck up,
Because you started
Johnny.
physical fights.
I did start a physical
Yeah,
fight.
you did. So I had
Because-
to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You are admirable.
See, she even minimizes that.
Every single time. What's your excuse when there's not a physical fight? Then what's the excuse there? You're still being admirable, right? Just by running away. And you can sit here and call me names, but you get called a name, and what do? That's the last insult. You're a baby. You're a hypocrite. You don't do anything that you actually do. You expect from people what you can't give them. If they do something, a taste of it to you, you fucking lose it. But yet you dish it out. Give you a Xanax.
And now she gives him Xanax. Just out of the blue, she just gets out the pills and gives him a Xanax. Because he's certain, and he says, this is wrong, and I don't like it, and you're not going to hit me. And so she's gaslighting. She dopes him up, and then he sticks around for more. It's obscene.
I love you, and I've told you a million times in this conversation how much I love you. I do love you. And I've fought for this marriage and fought for you. And if you don't...
I think he's lucky he got out with his life.
I'll ever feel okay. I got married to you.
So you could own an island?
To be the foundation. So we start a foundation. Not so that it could be a transient thing we throw around at each other or run away from. But I haven't even been able to have
a
fight with you beyond in any real talking kind of speaking context in so long, because anytime anything goes wrong, you split.
Quit hitting him.
And it's unnecessary. It's not always you're splitting because there's blows or because there's yelling or anything. You split most times when I'm still speaking in this volume and nothing has been thrown or hit or anything.
She doesn't have a clue. She literally does not understand a non-violent relationship.
I'm telling you what I need for this. I want to feel the trust, and I can with you. I know I can. I have felt it with you. But it's been destroyed by constantly being reminded that you take me for granted or that you don't see this as a permanent thing, for better or for worse. I feel genuinely that you are here in this marriage and committed to this marriage for the better. And really,
I think she was trying to get him to put her in his will.
I fight even when I feel terrible. I show up. I pursue. I give you space. I've done everything to really show how committed I am. You know I am. I'm here for God's sakes. No, not when it's tough. Not when it's hard. Not when it's worse.
It shouldn't be that hard, Amber.
The grandest gesture you've shown me in a long time is by sitting in one place and actually facing some of the stuff we need to talk about. This is the biggest gesture you've given me in a very long time. It means a lot, of course, but it should be mutual, you know.
Games.
There's things that I need to do different.
Games. So many games being played.
You know I can change certain things that are hurting you. But I know I can't blame myself entirely for going straight to the fucking finish line, the first sign of stress yesterday.
Oh, sure you can.
Because of how it's been lately. Like since Australia. And I have been on the road with you. I haven't been working. I don't know what else I could fucking do.
Since Australia, you've gone on a honeymoon. We had a great time other than the fact that we had a fight in the train.
Yeah.
It was physical.
Yeah.
And he's the one that had ended up with 2 black eyes.
Then we had a fight in San Francisco. But I thought everything else was great. I'm saying we've been pondering this since Australia.
No, the splitting thing.
Me splitting.
Like the lack of, you know, I even said this.
She doesn't want you to save yourself. She wants you to stay so she can drive you crazy.
Remember we were allowed to have fights then. Remember we allowed ourselves to say, hey, you did this or you took. Remember we would even have a little argument and it was okay. It was an argument. I don't know what the fuck has changed. I can't figure it out. And I don't mean to criticize anything that you do, but it's so chronic with you, the changes and the personality. It's like sometimes you get these clear months and you're this different person and it's wonderful, you're this, and then sometimes I'm like struggling to stay connected with you, struggling to have 5 minutes with you, struggling to connect with you, struggling to have my friendship with you, and I can't fight with you. You know, it's like, but they're so chronic that I have to go, what the fuck has changed? What thing has changed? Do you not remember how different? You were so different. You allowed me
to hit you. I was able to hit you whenever I wanted.
present, and you were so present, and we were allowed to fight. We were not even fight. We had
It's
arguments.
so bizarre.
You weren't like this. Mood swings up, down, like really aggressive and really cool and calm. I mean, you've given me this time here on the couch, and it's amazing that we can actually talk. But I never feel that safe. I constantly feel like you're about to fucking split, and I don't want to feel like that. You make me feel meaningless.
Threw me out of the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't I if I know that you're about
God.
to split? I mean, that's what I'm saying. You
It wasn't
always
about to
split.
split.
You always split. So that's why wouldn't I mean? I do blame myself for my
I
actions
was
yesterday,
laying in
but
bed
I also
watching
don't think
television, man.
I
Laying in bed.
Crazy.
fucked up last night. I'm not going to defend myself, but I also can't blame like me going to the finish line, and that's always where you drive it. You know,
But you're saying you thought you were sure I was gonna split.
always. I mean, that's just
Why would I split if
You
I'm laying in the bed with
because
you?
any
watching
fight,
television?
anytime I tell you,
You
that
can
I'm
see
unhappy,
how
anything, and
her
it's
hammering
the
him
same
is
thing.
weakening his resolve. He's
Anytime, like,
confused.
okay, I'm not allowed to have a complaint. I'm not allowed to think anything more. I've told you this 1,000 times. 1,000 times I've said this to you in calm and in fights. Baby, I don't feel like I'm allowed to just have a complaint. And you aren't allowing me the luxury of us just being normal human couples. Like, as soon as you get mad, you take off on a train. Remember,
You're
I
not
asked you
allowed
if
to
you
hit
got
him.
Adderall. Are you doing too much? I know it makes one edgy. It makes one like temperamental. Could it be too much? Like, what is it? The alcohol doesn't seem like it unless it's like in Toronto where it just became that. But in general, it hasn't been a problem so much. So I don't know what changed. I mean, I'm sure it's something because it's chemical, it's strong. It's one day you were different
It's the same.
and it hasn't been back.
It's the same changes that are happening. It's exactly the same. Huh?
I really wish that was the case.
That is.
I have always allowed you to fuck up and be a human. I've always been able to have a communication with you. The difference is you make it so we cannot even communicate at all if it's anything negative. You go, you take off on a train, you don't get off. You don't calm down. You don't come back around. You don't honor when you say, I just want a few minutes or I want a little time, but I'll be back. You don't assuage the anxiety and the stress that gives me and makes things worse with me by saying, hey, we will. Remember, Kipper was like, you have to say, I will be back in this amount of time, more or less, and then actually honor it. You have to come back. So I said, oh my God, if he could do that,
you
that
could
would be
just
great.
not
And
hit,
you never do
right?
it. You know, you don't ever honor that. You leave me with way more anxiety, stress, anger. And
Oh, it's
resentment.
his fault. It's his fault.
But in Australia, for a few months, you were so.
So for you, it makes a difference. I
I
wasn't being attacked.
am that. I have not attacked you any different. I haven't changed. I have not attacked you any different. I never attacked you. I never attacked you. Just because I have a complaint with something you did is not an attack, baby.
Verbally
Oh, babe.
insulting.
Baby.
Oh, shit, it becomes like
At the very beginning.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. If you see any
Call
criticism
Carly,
as a
babe.
friend,
She
okay?
said it so much
That was
better,
lack of
babe.
self-respect. But next time you do, God forbid I have a problem with something you do. We're going to be in this situation. Are you ready for it? What if I'm hurt?
You hear him?
Am I
Say
not
it
allowed
nice.
to be hurt and be human? That's the thing. You're not allowing me to be human then. You take my humanity from me. You're telling me I'm not allowed to feel things and I'm not allowed to react because to protect you.
Last night happened because I was at Isaac's for too long. Next door.
It happened because we could not
And
communicate.
what? And for what? What did we gain from this fight? From me just, the horrible fucking act of me being over at Isaac's. For just too long
I did not cause this because you were at Isaac's. You lie to yourself. Go ahead. You're just lying to
Then
yourself.
why were you upset last night?
This did not happen because of Isaac's. This happened because we're fighting. This is not about Isaac's. We actually really even talked about that. We spent 2 seconds on it because it's not about that. It's bigger than that. The point is, I voiced a complaint. It could be anything. It could say,
I am sure you did.
Which you did, and you admitted.
Why didn't you say that?
You admitted that you would feel that way too, and you said sorry for it. That
Crazy
would have been great.
making.
But I could not feel safe saying that to you because I knew that your reaction would very likely be a defensive explosion and an attack and freak out and get up and walk away and all this stuff. So I wanted to avoid it. So I took an Ambien.
But
tried to
wasn't
go to
he
sleep
in the
without
bed
even having to speak to
reading?
you about it because I was really hurt that you fucking left me stranded. You didn't think about me. You didn't text me. All the things that you apologized for.
They both agree
You
he was
already
in the
apologized for it.
bed
Can you do me one
reading
small favor
when
and not
she
take it
walked
back?
over to his side of the bed and began to beat him.
Thank you. Stop defending it, please. You already apologized for it. It meant a lot to me. Do me one favor today. Don't take that back.
And what did I just say?
This isn't about Isaac, and you know it. This isn't about Isaac, and you know it. It is about us not allowing.
Is it about my child?
No, it's about you not allowing me.
He literally got beat up and he doesn't know why. And she won't tell him.
If you could have just said it in a kinder way, a nicer way, like, listen, I can't fuck you. Know what you fucking just did.
And you wouldn't freak out.
No, I would say, fucking, what is it? Like what? Fucking too long at Isaac's. You said you wouldn't be that long or whatever. You shouldn't. I feel stranded. I felt fucking left. Whatever.
So who was the one that was really being controlling? Was it Johnny Depp or was it Amber trying to keep tabs on Johnny Depp? He was at his friend's house, a guy who paints, and he was over there longer than an hour. And her way of dealing with that was to wait until he got in bed and was getting ready to go to sleep. And then she just walked over to his side of the bed and began to just beat him, just pummel him. He ended up being blackened eyes and bruises. There's photographs. He literally had no idea why she did it. And now you hear him. She admits to doing it. There was no argument that she did it. But she managed to gaslight and turn it around so that it was his fault, but refuses to tell him what he did. And his response shows up, just say it in a nice way. He's no match for her in terms of her vindictive anger. He doesn't understand it. It's pretty sad to hear. Okay, so there is literally 5 hours of that kind of stuff. It is going to be a real travesty if the jury comes back and somehow thinks that he is the abuser. It's going to be really sad. All right. So I just wanted to get just a little bit of that. That one clip is just so clear in illustrating what gaslighting really is, how the people that are doing it, how they control the narrative, and they take your words and your resolve away from you. He starts the conversation. He's very certain about his position. He seems very aware of all that unfolded. And by the time she is finished with word games, he's pretty lost. He doesn't he just finds himself apologizing and just, kind of confused. He doesn't really understand what's happening. It's a fairly abusive process when someone is exposed to gaslighting, even when there is not physical violence. The fact that she is engaging in so much physical violence, and then when he tries to move away and leave the building, then she turns it into her that she's a victim, and that he would show his love if he would stay and allow her to beat him. And that's really all that that's all she's open to. She's not going to entertain the idea that you can be in a love relationship without coming to blows. And there's the photographs of Elon Musk with the bruises on him as they're, walking down the sidewalk holding hands. So she's definitely, she said that there was a lot of violence in her home growing up, and so maybe she just believes this is part of life, but it's not. The majority of people recognize most people don't have physical violence in their daily lives, right? So, okay, well, look, tomorrow's Tuesday. I think we're going to have a verdict by noon. A lot of people are saying by end of the day tomorrow, and others have said even Wednesday. So we will be watching, and we will see how it all plays out. And I hope you guys all have a really great evening. It's good to talk to you. Thank you for being here. Bye.